What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm having an amazing day, and today's video we are going to taking a look at MI 12.5. So again, this was announced on Christmas Day, and we finally got a glimpse of it on the Mi 11 press release. But we finally now have it running on my K20 Pro right over here, and it's released on a bunch of my other phones. But especially for K20 Pro, it brings Android 11 to this device, which was much awaited because the K20 Da Vinci got it months before, and this flagship phone was just hanging there. So you'll be just taking a look at on this device, and I'm extremely sorry for just completely disappearing. I know I haven't been uploading lately, but again, if you just want to keep up with me, you can always follow me on Instagram. I do update you guys there a lot before if I'm posting or not posting at all. But I did actually get a lot of requests for this, so again, just thanks a lot that you guys count on me for such reviews. And let's just begin. So again, over here, as you can see, for the UI, it's not a lot different because it is MI 12.5, not a huge upgrade from the MI 12, which was originally based on Android 10. So again, it's now carried over to the Android 11, and the flagship phone from Xiaomi has been released like quite early, to be honest, like in the same year of the Mi 10's release. So yeah, this is quite early, and there are some speculations that MI 13 won't be happening, so directly MI 14 after the Android 12 release, so that could be around May. We don't exactly know, but MI 12 is here for quite a while because the global stable rollout will actually take almost around April 2021 for even the most flagship devices released before 2020. So again, over here, as you can see, not a lot of has been changed. There are a lot of optimizations to the animations and how the overall MI works under the hood. Like there is just tons of optimizations in terms of performance. Like even with these animations, it doesn't feel slow or heavy on your GPU and CPU. The RAM usage has been brought down by almost 30% in most of the devices, so that could speak a lot onto the budget phones like the Note 7 Pro, which were literally harmed with the MI 12 update. So again, over here, as you can see, there was even a lag while bringing down the notifications panel onto the K20 Pro. Now it's completely fluid if you're watching this video in 1080p 60 fps. Like it's very butter smooth, optimized for the 120Hz panels. And then again, there are quite a lot of new toggles right over here which are just MI China services, but yeah, they are actually improved. Like the cast one does actually look quite different. Then you have the wake with or the Xiaomi AI short. Yeah, quite a lot of changes right over here. And even with the notifications, you do get a lot of things with the Android 11, like the unimportant notifications or just categorization of them. So that's really neat, even though this is not a global stable. And then installing Play Store on this is very easy. I just found Play Store on Mi Store, which is really weird how it works on just a China ROM, but of course you can install the GApps from APK Mirror or any kind of site which allows you to download Google services with the latest base. Again, all of the apps like Instagram and everything just work fine. But now if you just go through the apps, yeah, we've been getting a lot of leaks and everything with all the YouTubers, like from the community, that this feature would be coming. Even though it hasn't been confirmed or not, there were many speculations, so I won't be going through everything that has been already leaked or just introduced via apps. So I'll be just telling you few of my favorite features. So for example, now if you haven't already noticed, this beautiful super wallpaper, many of the super wallpapers will be coming until May 2021. These are just two of them added with the Mi 11's launch. So going to the wallpaper, again, as you can see, the UI is much more refined than before and much more easier on your eyes, to be honest. Now these are super wallpapers. Stay tuned for new releases. Again, almost two of them will be added, like a shipwreck and some site from Italy. But there is this snow peaks, which is I guess the Blade Mountain or something. I don't have a lot of idea of this, but this is a complete 24-hour cycle live wallpaper, which was previously seen on something like Pixel. But as you can see, it has shadows. Then again, the smoke over here completely dependent on your temperature and time of the day. Like this is very fluid. Let's just check it out with the always on display. There you go. Like none other OS has it. This is just so beautiful. Like I know Realme UI does actually have quite a beautiful wallpaper choices, but this is just next level. So again, coming back to the super wallpapers, it does actually take a bit of a time. Then there is Geometry, which is one of the most beautiful wallpapers ever created, but it's quite heavy, to be honest. Even for the K20 Pro, it does lack a bit if you have a lot of apps over here. Right now, even it's like 30 FPS, I don't know why. Pretty heavy for even a flagship phone, but the animations are super cool. Like look at that. The transition, it just goes to the AOD, like look at that, it's very fluid. Unlocking the phone, again it changes a bit, and these are completely rendered wallpapers. This is not just a video going back and forth. So yeah, it might be quite heavy, but looks absolutely beautiful. Again, if you just go to the app world, if you expand this quick tools, yeah, The stack has been much more optimized. Again, everything is in Chinese, so you have to wait for the EU release, but a lot of cards have been added right over here, which are really neat. And in terms of security, it has improved a lot. Like the Auction OS and bunch of the another OSs from major companies like even One UI don't actually offer such security in terms of your private files. So for example, even with your location, if you just allow the camera, it will tell you to turn on and off your precise location so the apps don't get it completely. Basically, if you have this off, your location is 2 to 3 meters off of your exact point, but with this you can completely fool for a whole area, which is really neat. Again, this is just a bit bugged, I don't know why, but yeah, you can turn on and off approximate location, which was seen before into the MI12 betas, but now it's completely embedded. Even with the camera, there is nothing new here from the Mi 11 yet. Even if you just go to the mode, it's just normal stuff from the older phones like vlog mode, and now these are completely downloadable. So yeah, bloatware was one of the biggest things in this update, but as you can see, now you can even change the look of it, which is really good. Directly going down to the settings app, again the animations are so good. You have your accounts right over here, my device. Again, the MI12 logo has been updated, which I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. But going down, all specs brings the fancy new Android 11 to the K20 Pro and pretty much a lot of devices. So this update would be delayed quite a lot to hit the Indian and the global market, because they have to optimize the Android base and the MI 12.5 features. So now if you just go to the connection and sharing, bunch of the previews have been changed, like for the cast screen. Then again, Mi Share again gets a new UI, which has been seen earlier on to the Android 11 betas, and then you have the MI Plus beta. So again, this is a feature for the MI notebooks. Again, I wasn't able to get it working with all the drivers from the MI notebooks on my Lenovo Legion. I was able to control my phone and stuff, but the screen wasn't showing up. So basically, this is like the link to Windows in Samsung phones, or just a normal screen sharing app, or you can just completely keep up with your phone even though you just don't have it around. You have connect automatically, connection history, like it's been embedded a lot into MIUI. So I really hope it comes out of MI notebooks and to just all Windows devices, but now it's MI Plus beta. Like the screen combo was much better choice, to be honest. But yeah, coming back, normal things. Now you have wallpaper and personalization right over here. Something that you see in Auction OS. So for example, you can completely preview what you have applied. There you go. You have choose AOD, and now you have even the display options right over here. So yeah, much more cleaner experience than before. Now you have the clock rather than being in lock screen. You have icons with their shape and style. So that's really neat. You have wallpapers, fingerprint. Again, bunch of the older ones have been removed for this newer ones. So yeah, that's really neat. You have notifications, which again gets a complete overhaul. So now you have much more nature sounds compiled with these animals now. So you had the nature sounds, but now this is wildlife. So you have lion, giraffe. This is really weird. Like, why would you set it for a notification? Like, this is coming from a guy who never even had a ringtone. I always had my phones on vibrate, but this is really weird. You even have Arctic. Like, it's really neatly done, but I just don't see any kind of use to it. Again, you can mix up your animals right over here. So that's really cool, I guess. Again, going down, you have a bunch of the options regarding to it. So yeah, if you are into nature, you can definitely come over here. Again, going down, you have privacy protection, which does actually see a lot of changes. Like, MI is so secure, I don't think people just understand it and how it works. So if you just go to the privacy, you have a bunch of options regarding your private data. So that's really neat. Again, the notification for special permissions, one of the best features of MIUI. So again, going to the protection, very nice animations, and it's even carried out throughout the whole setup. Like, the setup now looks really clean. Like, if you buy the flagship 120Hz phone from Xiaomi, it really feels like you have paid for something, unlike Samsung or Apple. But you have network interception, privacy mask, private space. Yeah, all the older features just revamped and crammed into one simple app rather than being into the security. Security is just now a cleaner app, to be honest, but here are all the certifications for their security terms. But coming back, again, battery UI has been bit optimized. As you can see, looks bit cleaner than before. Then you have apps, normal stuff. Even with the MII, nothing of use to us. Even with the screen time, normal stuff. Just the UI gets bit of a app adjustments for being easier on your eyes. Then you have MOL app with app flashcards. So basically, it's something like you minimize your Google apps and it has important info right up top. Again, coming back, there are just a lot of optimizations done to the haptics of whole MI UI system, but you just can't feel it on the K20 Pro, at least yet. If you have a Z-axis motor like the Redmi Note 9 Pro, I guess it's embedded into that, or only for the higher end phones. And yeah guys, that's pretty much it for the MI 12.5, or just the most dominant features of it. Again, there are a bunch of changes that I just didn't like the volume panel. It takes up the whole screen and it just looks a bit uglier than before. Like, bunch of the companies did actually adapt this. Like the older MI and the fingerprint scanner is just hideous on the Note 20 Ultra. Like, this just looks much more cleaner and like the older MI style. But yeah, now they are deciding to block the whole screen, which iOS did actually remove. Hope you guys subscribed and found this helpful. See you in the next one. Peace.